Don't wait for tomorrow. Live for today. Keep chasing the sunshine and go out and play.
Happy New Year, everyone! From our coaching community to your family, we are sending a declaration of blessings and favor. And we pray for a brand new filled year with hope, love, and peace. And welcome to episode 941 of Brewing Live, the community project of the Kappa Republic and in partnership with Life Coach Philippines International. And we are starting the new series dedicated to our resolution or the resolutions for the year 2024 and the whole month of January. We will talk about common intentions for transformation and new beginnings. So join us daily. It's going to be a couple of days more as we brew a thriving year and breathe life into your New Year's resolution in the digital space. And today's conversation, it's going to be a continuation that I've talked about yesterday. So you watched my video yesterday. I talked about a topic in which I think every one of us, really want to work on is healthy eating and healthy feeling. And it's a powerful journey. Now I'm going to talk about practical tips for drinking less. So join me, tag a friend, and invite someone. And don't keep us a secret. Let's have a conversation, especially if you know someone who drinks a lot. Maybe during after office hours, we would go to pubs, to bars, ask for two bottles, and after two bottles, it's a endless drinking cycle already, and they go through challenges with their health as well. So I'm going to share that conversation with you. I am life coach Shaun. If this is the first time you're joining me, I'm passionate about helping individuals see their life problems and challenges from a meaningful perspective. So that's what I help in increasing their horizon that leaves them with a new sense of knowledge, guiding them to live a much better life than when I found them. And at times, we go through life, we go to our work, and we're so busy with a lot of different things, and we go through challenges, and we go through exhaustion, stress, and all of these things that we're not able to get back up. And we feel that we're not moving, we're not progressing, we're not taking advantage of what we have. That's what I'm helping in our journey. That's what I'm super passionate about. I want to help individuals just see things from the different perspectives so that they can appreciate what they have and appreciate where they've been. Now, I remember when I was growing up, I raised in a family in which my father is an avid drinker. So growing up in a environment in which your parents or your father is an avid drinker, you know, is something that I think as far as Filipino culture is concerned, for most of the working class men, especially if your parents works in as a lawyer, as an engineer, maybe different aspects that's high stress or culturally, if that is culturally something that is present in your family, then it continues on from generation to generation. And my family is that way. My father is a lawyer, he started as a lawyer, but he was an avid drinker, he smokes as well. So it's a journey in which we've gone through it, and I've grown to it as an environment. And I remember during those times in which, because he was working in Manila, when I was starting, he was becoming successful as a lawyer. He moved to Manila. He became a prosecutor because before he started as a public attorney's office in Bicol. Then he moved to Metro Manila to be a prosecutor. So all of those things, right? It started to really be in a space in which financially we were okay. So when he goes home from Manila, when he visits us in Bicol region, what would happen is he would invite his friends for a drinking, gathering at home. He would cook and would buy some beers, some alcohols in there, and they would start drinking. So that is the family culture that I was raised in, and I've learned from an early age because what my father would do, I think it was when I was in high school, going to 19s, right, and you're gonna hit 18 years old. He was already introducing to me at least some alcohol beverages like beer, some rum, some different kinds of alcohol in there to test me. So at least he knows how would I respond if I get drunk. So maybe you have a parent like that, right? That uh, helped you or introduced to you some form of kind of alcohol. Then that's where my family arises. And then thank you everyone, Master Coach Jasmine, for joining. Coach C, maraming salamat for joining, and thank you for tagging your friends in there. Now, in the aspect of drinking, if you're used to, or maybe you know someone, or maybe your partner, right, is used to drinking alcohol, culture plays a crucial role in alcoholism. All right, if culturally the family or you are raised in a family, or maybe your partner or your husband or your wife is raised in a family in which alcohol is a common thing, drinking is a common thing, then that's going to be passed on to generations to generations. That's what I've experienced, at least with my father. My father's in that kind of environment in which he would drink, he smokes. It's part of that, so it's passed on and passed on. Now, culture, if you want to be able to understand how culture plays a significant role in how we see ourselves and how we behave, that is the connection that you would do. Okay. Ayan. Birthday ni Coach Ray. Coach Ray, happy birthday to you. I hope you're doing very well today. May you continue to have a fruitful relationship and a successful business, and also in endeavors in your financial. So see you soon, Coach. Now, culture, if you want to understand the reason behind your behaviors and alcoholism and drinking and socializations and so on, that revolves around culture. And that affects the way that you also eat. And yet yesterday I talked about eating healthy eating and healthy living. That also triggers you to eat plenty. And drinking triggers unhealthy eating, or sometimes drinking triggers eating. So, for example, if you would drink, the reason why you're always gaining weight, the reason why you would always have this feeling if you want to eat is because it triggers the drinking triggers. Now, when I was growing up in my career in the corporate world, the tendency for me specifically is when I'm stressed and if things are not going out well, the trigger is for me to, ask my friends to grab a beer or two. Sabi nga nila, two bottles. Baka narinig nyo na, oh, two bottles tayo. Let's have a drink. And after two bottles, ano na yan? Unlimited na yon. Two bottles lang, then go home. But it's no. I remember back then we're super stressed and we're super long hours at 5 a.m. or 6 a.m. in the morning. We would already plan for that. They would say, hey, let's grab a drink. If you're familiar here in Metro Manila, in Capitolio or in Greenfield, yeah, so Greenfield, and I share this, Greenfield before was a location in which you would do some groceries, pwede ka mamalengke. Then on the back of the location, there are different bars in there. Ayan, so nagluluto sila ng mga pakain. Pag ano ka, 50 pesos, di ba? May ulam ka na, may dalawang ulam ka na, may soup, may kanin. Ayun, mga ganun yung conversations doon. So you have that. Tama yung Coach T. Two bottles tapos buckets na. Di ba? Ganun muna. Two bottles muna tayo before tayo umuwi. Tapos, nag-enjoy ka na. Tapos, sabi mo, mga 1 hour lang, naging 2 hours na. Eventually, 4 hours na. Tapos, stay na pala kayo ng matagal doon. Tapos, pag-uwi mo na, pagalitan ka na kasi hindi ka nagpaalam and all of these different things. Maybe you experienced that before. That was my experience. And in that space, so imagine when you're working in a toxic environment or a high demand environment. So I work in the BPO industry, by the way. I've been working in the BPO industry for 15 years. Starting in there, that is the setup of the culture. So from family, it's been passed on to me about the need to drink. And in the environment that I work in, it is convenient. So convenient for you to find a location for you to drink and to order foods, right? And it's common for Filipinos when you order food, hindi yan yung typical lang na vegetables, di ba? Mga healthy foods. No, no, no. Ang in-order mo dyan, mga crispy pata, di ba? Mga lechong kawali, mga ano pa ba, sizzling plates, mga kung medyo high level, mga steaks and so on. Yan na, o di ba? Yan yung mga nangyayari dyan. Yan yung mga orders. So you might think that drinking two bottles or drinking a little by little and eating is good for you. But we know that that's not good for you, o, di ba? It really affects you in the way that you see yourself and also the way that you respond. O, tama ka, Coach Marife, away na, di ba? Dami nang pag-uwi mo sa bahay, bakit kasi hindi ka nagpaalam? Bakit ganito? And so on and so forth. Yan. Madami nang sasabihin. And then pulutan is something that's really triggering things, right? And this is where you start to become overweight. So imagine you have a mix of you drinking alcohol. Yeah, I don't know what you drink, but before in my time, 12 years ago, I think about during those times, Sunbig Light pa yung uso noon. Kaya 'di ba yung team song, team yung patalastas ng Sunbig Light, and I'm not by the way endorsing the brand. Mahaba-habang inuman, o 'di ba? O, 2 bottles lang tapos mahaba-habang uminom. Humahaba naman talaga, sobrang haba at 'pag minsan sa sobrang haba, pagdating sa bahay away-away na. And that's what happens, right? They say that when you drink, especially if you're married, you have kids, eventually the belly would, start na lumalaki siya. So, kaya nga nauso noon yung 1 pack. 'Di ba? Sabi niya 6 packs, 4 packs, 2 packs. Ayan, kung may 2 pack po yung 2 pack po yung partner nyo, yan, ganyan po dyan. Tapos 1 pack lang. Kasi may purpose daw pag malaki yung belly. 'Di ba ganun yung mga excuses sa mga lalaki? May purpose yan. Kasi pag meron kang bilberry, the tendency is kapag may anak ka, so you can carry your child, and you don't need to force so much energy in there. So they would just sit in your belly, o, di ba? So sa pangatatay dyan, yun po yung techniques doon. Pero huwag niyong gawin, no? Huwag niyong gawin kasi unhealthy siya. It's really an unhealthy thing for you to be able to do that. Sabi ni Coach C, remember the time na meron kaming sari-sari store, umaga pa lang, bumibili ng alak, corned beef at pulutan. So those are the things, right? Even if it's early morning, you have that situation already. O yeah, Coach Lee, 2 pack. Minsan minsan may topak tayo, 2 pack. O yeah, pero 1 pack, yan daw yung reason doon. And sometimes it becomes a joke, but it tends to be a norm thing in which if you have a big belly, it's like it's okay. But if you take a look at the lifestyle that you have, if you're constantly drinking, if you're constantly eating fatty food, it's not a good thing for you. Now, drinking is something in my mind, in the way that I was trained anyway, is a distressor. So the experience na yun na sobrang stress ka, di ba, what you would do is you would go take a bottle para to release some tension, to release some stressors in there. And especially if you're going through some tough relationship challenges as well, like if you're married, maybe yung boyfriend mo, girlfriend mo, di ba? Or maybe sa work mo, nasigawan ka, di ba, napagalitan ka, sabi mo, inom mo naman tayo, kailangan ko lang let out some steam, di ba? Mag-share, and so on. Kasi sabi nila that drinking beer would kind of make the person much, much more confident. Narinig nyo na yan? That you would be more confident. Okay lang, ma-share yan. Tapos pag minsan, ginagamit din excuse nito ng mga lalaki or minsan mga babae, that they would drink, tapos they would start sharing, they would be emotional, and so on and so forth. Then the next morning, they would say, na magkakwento yung mga kaibigan, ang dami mo sinasabi mo mga ganitong ginawa mo, tapos ikaw naman, sabihin mo, hindi, lasing lang ako noon, and so on and so forth. But based on research, I mean, when you're drink, that's actually the real thought and the real emotions and the way that you really feel is what you're able to express. So, syempre, minsan parang you just shrug it away. But that's exactly how people feel. Kaya kung naaalala nyo, minsan pag may problema yung tao, di ba, ang ginagawa, niyayaya silang uminom. Na-experience nyo na ba yun? Inom tayo, para naman pag-usapan natin yung mga problema nyo, di ba? And that's what's happening. Sabi ni Coach Nards, buti kung ganyan lang, pag ubos sa pulutan, mainit ng ulo. Yan, may mga ganyan din situations. Buti naman wala kaming ganong situation, Coach Nards, kasi medyo mga mga deep pockets naman yung mga kainuman ko. I remember during those time, ako lang yung hindi deep pa yung packet. So during the time, since medyo kuripot ako noon, I would only give 20 pesos or 50 pesos when drinking, then everyone would treat me. So ganun po yung ugali ko. May ganung kaugalian po din po ako. Ayan, papalakas lang ng loob. Ayan, totoo. Yan, di ba? That's what the alcohol does. But of course, it's unfortunate that if we're utilizing that always as a reason, then the tendency is people would constantly drink and drink and drink. Tama po yan, Coach Lin, mga Englishero, di ba? Parang nagtatransform sila. Di ba? Pag hindi sila nakainom, nahihiya silang mag-English. Pag nakainom sila, puro sa English. At tapos may mga ganun yung parang salita, di ba? That's what happened. Now, what happened to me as I constantly did that, right? So I drink, I eat fatty foods, unhealthy foods, and so on and so forth. And eventually, it started to affect the way that I in my health. And one of the things that affected me is because yung unang-una dyan is your ability to breathe. Of course, tumataba ka, di ba? Nag-gain ka ng weight, and you're having difficulties breathing. I remember those times in which when I was going up in stairs, pagod na pagod ka na. Diba? Hingal na hingal ka na. Ilang stairs pa lang naman. Parang limang steps pa lang, hingal na hingal ka na. Have you ever experienced that? Or maybe you have a friend that's walking to stairs, tapos hingal na hingal na. So I knew that there's something wrong. But of course, because of the busyness of work, you would try to ignore it. Yeah, I'm still okay. I was still young back then. You're still doing fine. Yeah, so yeah, we can ignore it. But as the time progresses, you continuously think, you go through parties, you go to activities that you would drink at this endless supply of alcohol, different types, different kinds. Yung merong yung mura lang, meron yung mamahalin, and all of those different things. I tried that out. And I remember during those times in which ang tawag po sa amin doon sa Bicol, rutoy, Rotoy, rutoy. Pag narutoy ka is, you get drunk and you're constantly vomiting. Then in the morning, when you vomit, there's no more thing for you to vomit. Parang ang sinusuka mo na lang is laway. That's what it's called. Hindi ko alam mo yung tawag sa Tagalog dito eh. No? But that's what we do. So I've gone through that experience in which it happened. And some people go through this experience and their stomach would have that, di ba, nasusugat na because of constant drinking alcohol and it's affecting them. And that was my experience. You drink, you smoke, you eat all of these things, and your health started to decline, right? It started to decline, and you don't feel good. And I shared yesterday about my lack of self confidence because I was gaining weight. My face was oily, and it was not a good experience. But here, my physical health was being affected. Drinking and smoking is not a very good tandem because when you smoke, again, it affects you as well. So I've gone through that in which I started to get triggered my asthma, and I was having difficulties breathing because I was overweight and I was smoking. And I told myself, and then maybe you've experienced an asthma attack in which you felt that you were about to die. That was the experience that I have. So that was the life changing experience that I have, and I told myself, hey, I'm gonna change because if I continue with this path, I'm gonna start, physically not doing well. I'm gonna start taking maintenance med, and it's not gonna help me. And what I did during those time is because a lot of people go through this kind of experience, having challenges stopping drinking, right? Because they feel that it's helping them out, kind of go to sleep or at least forget about their problem. But and we both know that your problems will not solve itself. It will not be solved if you just stop, if you just continue drinking, it will continue on. And one of the things that I did is I find enough reason why I'm choosing to drink. That's the first that I do. Some people would say that find enough reason for you not to drink. For me, I found good enough reason for me to choose to drink. So that helped me out. Why do I drink? I drink because I don't have someone to talk to. I drink at least at home, right? I drink because it's kind of an opportunity for me to let go of some steam. I drink because I want to able to forget some of the problems that I have. I drink because having someone at least to hear me out is gonna do well, and I drink because it's good to be in the comfort of some friends. I call them friends. But the reality is that doesn't really solve any problem. So I told myself, no, I'm going to change that, and I started to change. Now, the why behind the reason why I transitioned is because I want to stay healthy and also stay fit. And making a decision to reduce that drinking because drinking is associated with eating more. And when I understood that, I said, I'm going to start shifting little by little. So the first thing that I did is to reduce, take a look at what I was eating. Because the eating triggers what you're drinking. And also the what you are consuming is also affecting the way that you see yourself, the way that you see your problem. It's becoming a challenge to solve that. So as I continue along the way, I told myself, hey, I'm gonna stop drinking at a certain time, and I'm only gonna choose, my cup. Take a look at my capacity for drinking, and that's gonna be it. The more that I drink, the more that I do this. This is what's gonna happen to me. So I wanted to change that. So as I go on to the journey, I decided to lessen the drinking and focus more on getting the support from other people. And this is often a challenge for men, right? It's often a challenge to find people that would really help you out in your journey. And one of the biggest things that has changed my life is when I met life coaching back in 2018. I went to the Cup Republic. Back then, we were still drinking, right? But not that crazy drinker anymore. But I have bottles of alcohol in my house. I would drink every week and so on, but not to the point in which I would get drunk, right? Na magsusuka ka. Not in that point anyway. But that's what happened. I started to learn from. I met Coach Rizal. She met us at the door. Then we entered and we kind of attended. I think it was a Tuesday. Maybe it was a Wednesday. I cannot remember. Then she invited us. And we started to attend Coaching for the Soul with Master Coach A. And I met that woman. Coach A pa siya ngayon. Doon. Noon. Hindi pa siya Master Coach A. I met her. And I started to listen to her. And she started challenging all of my beliefs and my thoughts. Mayabang ako. Diba? Mayabang. I've been there, done that. I've done my research and so on and so forth. So she kind of started challenging it throughout my talks, her talks, but not directly, but indirectly. So I told myself, hey, this woman is saying something that I want to hear, I want to listen to. And that started for me to learn different ways of understanding how we think and how we feel and how we act. And also, I started to learn about the concept of integration, because what happens is we separate work and life. And the tendency is that affects the way that we see ourselves, because at work, you need to be leave that behind. So what you would do is you would drink and you would drink alcohol to forget that, but at least you come at home, you've left your work. But the reality is you are one of the same. So that started to change. Life coaching has allowed me to be in a space in which I was now more mindful about who are the people that I allow in my space, and who are the people that I at least what are the things that I consume. And the more that I do that, the more that I started reducing some of the things that's not helping me out, you know, like alcohol consumption, like eating fatty foods, like drinking liquids that are so sweet. So I started reducing that little by little. And the more that I reduce in that, the more that I remove that, the more that I feel better about myself. So imagine the kind of things that you allow in your body, right? From the alcohols that you drink, how much is that, or the food that you eat, that's gonna affect you. And the more that you're able to do that, the more that you're able to learn, the more that you get confidence, and the more that you're able to solve your problems. Drinking will not solve any problem, but acknowledging that there is a problem is already a great step for you to be able to move forward. Now, maybe you're in a situation right now in which you feel that, Coach, I want to be start to removing some of the things that's not serving me, but I don't know what are the things I need to remove, because drinking for me works so far by far anyway. But we know that's not going to work for you eternally, right? Because if you're drinking maintenance meds already, we know that that's not a good thing. So I would like to invite you, if to join us. It's going to be on Monday, on January 29th at 8:30 p.m. There's a masterclass by Master Coach A, Success by Subtraction. It's part of B Learning Society, and I'm the community manager there. B Learning Society is the head maker of the B Learning Homes for Mental Fitness. And Success by Subtraction is you understanding how you can finally, intentionally make a decision to choose which one to remove in your life. What are the things that you need to remove from your clutters, from the chatters, from the food that you're eating, for the things that you drink. That would help you a lot. So if you want to know more about that, and you want to discover the paradox of less is more, that's going to be the class on Saturday at 8:30 p.m. Message us here at the Cup Republic for registrations or assistance. Here, Master Coach A, and will teach you the things that I have implemented and practiced. And I'm super excited with this, but at least I would be able to verbalize what I will been doing, and I can teach that more further as we go along. So please message me if you have want to have a conversation on how it can help you out. Now, before I close, why do we drink, right? Why do we get drunk? I think that's a big question. Why do we do it? I would say that we get drunk because we want to solve, at least forget some problems. Well, technically, we get drunk because we're trying to avoid solving the problem. We're trying to escape the thing, that our reality. We're trying to escape that our work sucks. We're trying to escape that our relationship's not doing well. We're trying to escape that we're not able to have a good conversation with our children. We're trying to escape that, we have certain beliefs and attitude that's not serving as well. We're trying to escape the reality of the life that you live. That's the reason why people drink. But the more that you drink, the more that you escape at this, the more that you're in chain. You put so much effort in avoiding things. I tell you, it's not going to give you a healthy ending. I've seen people countless of times in which they would continue to put their time and effort towards their work, sometimes their relationship, only to get sick. I've seen people got stroke. Half of their body are not functioning. It's not, but they continue to still put in the time in there, and they're stressed, right? They smoke, they drink, they eat all of these different things without really knowing why, how to break it. And if you're in this stage right now, I tell you, you will just continue to go in this vicious cycle, and you will have a painful life, and you don't want that. I know you don't want it. You don't want that painful life, and you want to be able to live in a life in which it's joyful, it's peaceful, and you would just enjoy the moment and see the world bigger than what your work is or what your relationship is. So s- find enough reason for you to want to quit yung bisyo mo. Find enough reason for you to want to quit yung bisyo mo. And the biggest enough reason for you to want to quit that is very, very simple. And I know it's difficult. Is you're saying yes to yourself. And maybe you have a son, a daughter. Maybe you feel that, okay, I'm good, coach. My children are doing well. But what are you passing to your children? Remember, alcoholism is cultural. It's passed on to generations to generation. So if you're continuing the path, imagine how your children will experience. They would say that it's okay for me to get a stroke. It's okay for me to continuously drinking maintenance med. It's okay for me to go to the hospital constantly. It's okay for me to get sick. It's okay for me to experience all of these different things. Do you really want to pass that on to your children? Or do you want to break that? And if you're ready for that kind of change and shift, let's have a conversation. Decaf Cup Republic is open from 5 p.m. to 5 a.m. So we're open all night. And if you're free tonight at 9:30 p.m., we're gonna have open mic. Okay, let's have a conversation in there if you want to express without the need for you to drink. I tell you, your life will change. Your life will change. My life has changed when I stop drinking and being drunk. Of course, I still do socials, but I stopped being drunk. The more that I'm able to have some clarity in my mind, but you need someone to talk to. You need someone who has the same wavelength as you, and you need someone that really understands you. And I'm that guy. We're that gamily, we're that tribe that will help you out. Just don't quit on your life, man. Don't quit on your life. Help is available. Drop by at Pickup Cup Republic. We look forward to meeting you in your journey. And pain is an opportunity for growth. Pain is something that will help you grow. But pain also is something that will help you teach people for them to overcome pain. And if you're ready for that, we're ready to help and support, message us, and we'll see you soon at Pickup Cup Republic. In closing, I'd like to thank you for joining us today and supporting the cause of mental fitness. I invite you to join us in person for face-to-face community events, including Parenting Mondays, Coaching for Mental Wellness on Tuesday, Habit on Wednesday, Strengthening Thursday, Coaching for the Soul, and Fab Saturday open mic. It's going to be tonight at 9:30 p.m. Now, if you're interested in becoming a professional service provider, either as a life coach or mental health coach like me, connect with Coach Rezzhel at 0917-586-1661 to learn more about the co-actively co-create life coach certification program, Master Coach A. We're currently accepting applications for mental health certification and internship program commencing on January 2024. So it's limited slot. So make sure that you're securing your and reserving your seats with Coach Rezzhel. Join us back again tomorrow, same time and same digital space for episode 942. Build you up your ultimate confidence for that better you with Coach Nords. And this is Life Coach Shaun, mentally fit to serve in behalf of Life Coach Philippines. Maraming salamat for joining me. We'll see you later at Decaf Cup Republic. Love, boom. We look forward to seeing you and have a blessed, blessed weekend. Bye-bye.
As a business owner, are you overwhelmed by the need to post beautiful, engaging content every single day? Are you left wondering what to write? Tired of scrolling through stock photos that all start to look the same? Confused by complicated graphic design programs? Rise Up Creatives is here to help. Each month, we give you everything you need to create 31 days of social media content in just 5 minutes a day. Customizable captions, curated lifestyle photos, a drag-and-drop graphic design tool, and the ability to post directly to your social media accounts. No one else empowers you with these 4 resources all in one place. Each month, we help you plan your social media calendar by providing you with 31 image themes and customizable captions so you can quickly and easily create engaging content and grow your following. Simply select the image that works best for your feed or story. Then, copy the caption and customize it to fit your audience. 5 minutes a day. It's that quick. Plus, you'll absolutely love our drag-and-drop graphic design tool. Start from scratch or choose one of our beautiful templates to fit your unique brand. When you're ready to export your design, you can download, email, or post directly to your social media accounts. Here's the truth. Our world needs what you have to offer. Don't let technology or procrastination hold you back. Rise Up Creatives is more than an online resource. We're a community helping you overcome your biggest barriers to reach your greatest goals. We're here to help you rise up and be creative.